Test, test, test. All right. How about that? How about that? Let's see. I think maybe I got sound now. We'll give it a second. See if you guys hit me up and tell me that I got sound. Okay, so yes, I got sound again. So sorry about that. I had it on mute. So yeah, thanks to Bob. Every time like I said, every time I watch the intro, gets me all excited, and I hear the that the loop he made for me, and I thank him for that little loop. And then I'm me finding music that that was free to use without YouTube hitting me, because YouTube kept nailing me every time I created or found a little a sample, and I would use it. It was like hit me up. So good to know. Good to be set up. And I don't really have any guests today. Blue may show up. I don't know. I've sent her the link. So if you guys have something you want to share, if you have a build, or if you have an add-on, or if you have some type of streaming news or streaming content or streaming information you'd like to share, more than welcome to join. You can hit me up on Telegram, and I will do my best to keep jumping back and forth and taking a look at that and see who's asked to for the link, and I will post it to them, and we'll get some people in here. So we'll see what's happening. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's take a look through here. Tech reviews. Hey, bud. Lobo. There's Bob. Bob is actually in the chat there. And hold on a second. I have got to turn off Discord. I joined a Discord group to check out to get some information about an upcoming add-on, and it drives me crazy with the notifications that I get over there in the corner. I'll get notifications during the show, and it drives me batty. So sorry, I had to close that out. Say, Bass, thanks for joining the show as always. Lou's always here. Lobo again is always here. Jim, Andy, thanks for joining. Redneck, always here. DJ Themes, Angelo, Andy, Shinobi, Streaming Wizard. Oh, Streaming Wizard, yeah, he's I started to follow some of his shows. He's new to YouTube, a young gentleman. Trying to create some content, putting it out there about some add-ons and stuff. So if you would like to click on his icon, you can actually find his channel, check it out, see if it's something that you might be able to learn some stuff off of. But I think last time I looked, he was getting close to 2,000 subs. How's he? It took me forever to get to my 10 grand, and the kid's already at probably close to 2 grand. So what the hell? Congratulations, Streaming Wizard. Noir, what's up, Eddie? Can you Cal Gal? Albin's here. Turner, thanks. Turner's got a great YouTube channel if you want to follow another YouTuber that releases a lot of information. He is very precise and deliberate when he's talking about what the things he's trying to show you and get you to set up your streaming setup, your Kodi setup the way that you would like it. He kind of shows you some, gives you some guidelines. So good channel to check out. Rolling up here. I think I've gotten everything. Marvin T, thanks for joining the show on the side. Cam, who was on my show on Wednesday for a movie show, she was on there. So if you want to check my player pass, she was on there at the very end, because she's going to join next time. She's going to join earlier. So yeah, I think hey, how do you guys like my new shirt? This is my new shirt. Blue said she didn't like it because it said America, and she said I was going to get beat up for it. And I said, no, I kind of like it. I like America. I like saying it like that too, America. So yeah, great stuff going on, and we will try to touch base with everything. I will do my best to keep an eye on Telegram. So if you send a message to me on Telegram and I miss it, you might want to post it over here in the side chat, and I will do my best to jump over there, because I'm a one-man show trying to got all this stuff going on. one of the few things I noticed, and I will say about people that are streamers, if you're using StreamYard, I don't know if you saw the update. You can now launch a show, stream a show from your Android or from your Apple devices. So you can do it mobilely. So that is a new feature the StreamYards is offering that you're able to do to broadcast from a mobile device. So you can host a show through your mobile device, which is a pretty neat thing. They also added where I'm able to edit people's name. If people join the show and they forget to add their name or they forget to do something, I guess I'm able to add it. I have since just got added. I haven't done that yet, but you're supposed to be able to add I'm able to edit their name. My biggest thing is that I want to have more than 6 people. That was for StreamYards. If StreamYards did something for me, I would say, please add more than 6 people, because there is times when I'm having certain shows and we do have more than six people, and that does make it difficult. I have to jump. I have to pull me or somebody else off backstage and put other people on. So that is a pain. Let's see. I saw a couple other people joined in. Red 79, thanks. Gold Rush, thanks for joining. Gold Rush, yeah. Thanks for joining. And there was someone else, Stan. Thanks for joining the show. So we got 55 people in here. So we'll take a look and we'll discuss some of the stuff that's happening in streaming right now. And most of the people that I'm watching the chats, not a lot going on. No earth-shaking thing other than Real Debrid has been giving people a fit the last few days. We remember when COVID first kicked off and everybody had the stay-home orders in North America as well as in Europe. We noticed an issue with Real Debrid, and because it was being overwhelmed and they were having to add servers. In the last 3 days, I would guess, maybe 2 days, Real Debrid's been having problems with software and hardware issues. They have been, it seems to be, they seem to be patching it as they go. All credit to them for what they're doing, but they seem to be trying to patch things together, and it seems to be a scramble of what they got going on. So they seem to, it was running again today. I actually watched a program today or this afternoon. It played fine. And then 10 minutes later, I tried to log on and couldn't. So it's up and down. It's not consistent, but they've said a couple things. They said some of it is hardware and hard drive issues. So some of the cache torrents were not available, and they've also said there's some software issue that they were trying to address. So just be aware that if you're having some issue and you're like, well, I need to reauthorize my Debrid, I can't get on Debrid with this and that, or the add-on you're using is giving you an error when it tries to pull a link. It may not be the add-on issue. It could very well be Real Debrid. So I follow them on Twitter. In all fairness, they are not the most friendly on Twitter and on social networks. If you ask stupid questions, they have been known to block people in a hot minute, as well as give smart-ass answers. So just be aware that if you're following them and you ask stupid questions, you'll probably get a stupid answer or you'll get blocked. I follow them. I might retweet them just because I want people that follow me to be able to see their message. I don't normally say anything to them directly, let them do their thing. And I'm just sharing whatever tweet they put out there. So just be aware. Great to follow them. If you're using any services, I highly suggest following them on Twitter. It's easy to get some information because a lot of times these services will post out there and say, hey, this is what's going on. Instead of you going to Reddit or to Telegram or Facebook or wherever you go for your social outlet and complaining, it could be a problem, and they post it in these social network areas. So you might want to check that out. Funster's joined over on the side. Hey, bud, what's up? What's up? Deg Zombie Girl, she's jumped into Shrinking Sharon. Again, she was on the show Wednesday for Player Pass. Thanks for joining. And again, hey, Skulls, and anybody that watches my channel, please watch us on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, and that's 10 in the UK, where we review 2 movies every week. We have a panel, and we offer anybody that wants to join the panel that has watched those movies to join and to discuss those movies. And we try to give. We want a cross section of different people. We want to hear people's views. If you like the movie or hate the movie, it doesn't matter. The only thing we ask is that you've watched the movie. Number one, that is the most important thing. And number two, be able to say why you hate it. Be able to say that I hate it because poor writing, or I hate it because the acting was bad, or the directing was bad. Oh, Blue made it. Hello, Blue.
Hey, honey.
Oh, I don't hear. Okay, I hear you. So yeah, so that's the only thing we ask about, that people join in on that show on Wednesday nights. I have seen tons and tons of people that being happy that they had Plex accounts over the last couple of days, but they weren't too happy last weekend. Isn't that right, Blue?
Yep, it went down.
Ultra Seed Box, which a lot of people that we know are using.
Okay, hold on. Let's be clear.
Yes.
Plex did not go down. Ultra Seed Box went down. If you had a local Plex, no problems.
Right. Ultra Seed Box. Like, again, we a lot of us have suggested them because it's something that we've used. So we tend to not suggest things that we don't use, but things that we use, we could say, hey, we like this because of these reasons. And it had some issues last week. And so
just like RD does sometimes, you know what? Mm-hmm. You wait it out. They had a vulnerability and they were going to fix it, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, I had a local as well, so I wasn't like 100% down.
Yeah, and that's it. And I've said this numerous times on shows. People have a backup to what you're doing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're in this, here's an example of people that only relied on RD, and then they're crying like a baby. Oh, you can't watch nothing. Well, if you have no other options and RD was your only option, well, then yeah, you've kind of have all your eggs in one basket. There are other options, and I'm going to talk about some of those. If you're a Plex user with Ultra Seed Box and you're only using the cloud service, you're not doing any local. Well, you have all your eggs in one basket, and when the servers go down, you have no access to that. You're kind of SOL. So have some backups.
Yeah, it's like just losing your internet for the day, and everybody knows that's not fun if you've ever had that.
Yeah, and so have some options here. Don't rely on one thing. If we're cord cutters and we're saving money, if you're not paying a high cable bill because you're able to save money by doing some of the options or the things that we've talked about in the show or on these other shows, then you have that extra money to invest in some backups.
See, like for me, for example, I use Kodi rarely. I use Plex. I use Netflix. I pay for Netflix. I pay for Disney Plus, and I have an Amazon Prime account, so I got Amazon Video. So I'm never without at least some sort of streaming service. And I'm okay with paying for those because, well, especially Amazon, because it's easy because you get the 2-day shipping. Buying it just for that alone is worth it. And then, hey, you get free music, free videos, and storage for your photos. But I got Disney Plus because I got the year's worth because I love Disney.
Yeah, you got it as soon as it came out. Kyle posted in here for a while. DeBrid has been shaky about uploading magnets. Oh wait, I was gonna post. That was the second thing. All right, so he said, sorry, I went down. That was his second comment. He says, I have something to say. I have something to comment on, which I've seen in the Telegram groups and has to do with Real DeBrid, All DeBrid, Premiumize that people are talking about and you may want to expand on. And then I think it was the second one here. For a while, DeBrid has been shaky about uploading magnets too, and so won't even start with plenty of seeders. All DeBrid picks them right up. Right.
Yeah. And if you don't want to invest in like Netflix or actual paid services, and you're worried about RD, get a couple different streaming services like All DeBrid or Premiumize or Easy News or FERC or something. Just a backup. It's always good.
Yes. Let's see. It says now the charts are talking that All DeBrid didn't have the links that Real DeBrid does. If they would take a few minutes and upload those magnets, they would have the links. And let me explain some of that. Okay, so there's three main services, and then we do have snappy links. and then there's some other ones, but the top three would be Real Debrid, Premium Eyes, and All Debrid. And then Link Snappy, I do see some posts about Link Snappy, which
Easy
he's been on
News.
this show. And Easy News,
And
well, that's
Ferk.
kind of a different thing. And Ferk. Well, yeah, and so they're all cloud services, cloud-based services that have stuff uploaded. So the cheapest one, and actually I didn't realize All Debrid. Did you realize that All Debrid's the same price now as Real Debrid? It used to be a tad bit more
You
expensive.
know what, Todd? I did not realize that because I don't
Did
have
you
all
know?
the grid.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share. I'm going to share my link here for Altabrid, and we're going to take a look. Altabrid, which is a cloud-based service that you can get hosters. It can pull from hosters as well as uploading torrents. And we take a look at the pricing on this. Now it has a 7-day test, a trial, which I think is kind of interesting. I don't know. I remember with Real Debrid, they only allowed you during happy hours, which was like in the middle of the night. I don't know how All Debrid works on the 7-day trial, if it's open anytime the 7 days, or if it's during just certain nights or certain times in the middle of the night. But you can take a look at the pricing for 300 days. You're talking 28 US, 180 days gets is $18 US, which is the same price as Real Debrid.
Yeah, it is.
So
okay, wait,
again,
hold on though. Is this in what was it? It was euros for
yeah.
Real Debrid is euros, right? 18 euros.
No, it's like 18 US if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. I'm going to go to my special offers right now. 16 euros, which is $17.94 US.
Okay, so, and is that All Debrid is in euros as well? Or?
All the bread is in both. You can see it's 17.91, which is $18 for 180 days. That's 16 euros. So for the same price, you're getting that extra service. And again,
RD is down then. It was 18 euros, and now it's
they dropped it a little bit because I'm looking over here. It's 16 euros.
Competition now.
Yeah, I think they might have dropped it down, but so they're about equal. So you're talking 18 US for either one. And again, if we're talking about cutting the cord and we're talking about saving money on your cable bill or satellite bill, you need to invest that money a little bit to have more seamless enjoyment of your content.
And the thing is too, that's 6 months worth for 18 euros or 18 American. It's not monthly. That's for 6 months.
Yeah. 6 months is 18. If you do 300 days, which is not quite 2 years, you're talking $28.
It's a cup of coffee a month.
Yeah. It says what's it? As cheap as €2.50 a month for if you did the 300 days. So All Debrid works the same way as Real Debrid. We've done videos, and there's been tons and tons and tons of talk about Real Debrid, so I'm not going to try to break it all down. But you can upload torrent, or it can upload torrents and cache torrents, and you are able to watch it through most big add-ons. Most add-ons have All Debrid. If they offer Real Debrid, a lot of them will offer Premiumized and All Debrid as resolvers. So you're able to use this if you. Let's just say you got 2 of them. That's $36 for 6 months. So what's that? $6 a month? Yeah. $6 a month. So, and that would give you 2 services, not one, gives you 2. So again,
when it goes down, you still get tons of links.
Yes. And what Kyle was saying when he posted that, he was talking about if you have 2 of them, it gives you something to work with. Now, the thing about with All Debrid, it does not have the content cached, which means it does not have as much content stored on servers or on cloud servers as you would find in Real Debrid, because Real Debrid is used more. So that means more people have requested those torrents to be uploaded to Real Debrid, which means their library is going to be larger. Now, All Debrid can get those same torrents and upload it, but they may not have been asked by their users to have that certain file. So it take a little bit of time for All Debrid to upload it, which I say a little time. It could take as short as 20 seconds, and sometimes it may take, 4 or 5 minutes if it's something longer. Now, if it's something super, super rare, yes, it may take a day if you're trying to pull a certain episode of the A-Team from the 80s. Okay. So it
Yeah.
depends on what you're pulling. So yes, those are two options. Have yourself a backup. The other one that I had, and I was going to mention, which is premiumized. Premiumized is the most expensive of the three. It does offer some other options or extra features. It also offers a VPN protected transfers. It also has a cloud where you can store a terabyte of content with your normal yearly price. And let's take a look at their pricing. Okay, so for their year, so for a whole year is going to cost you 70 euro. So that is 80-ish, maybe 90 US, I guess.
They're saying
Guess-
$575 a month.
575 euro a month. So it's twice as much as you're going to
Mm.
pay for Real to Brid or premiumized. Because I'm looking at
Hey, Carl.
So 30 euro would be for Aldebrid for a year.
Is euro and US pretty close?
Yeah, it's just
So it's pretty much
bit,
almost double.
Yeah, it's about double. Now you do get some cloud storage. It does offer a terabyte of cloud storage, and I actually have on
cool.
mine I have one of those images for my Raspberry Pi. It's a 400 gig. It's a 400 gig image has been saved onto my premiumized. Now I need to delete it because I've already downloaded it. But I see that when I go to my account, I can see that that's in there. Now you can put whatever you want in that, and they do the same thing with torrents. You're able to upload torrents, and their library is quite extensive, is like Real to Brid's is. Very extensive library, and people seem to like premiumize a little bit better if they are 4K streamers. Now I'm a 4K streamer, and I use Real to Brid. Very rarely have a problem, but people that tend to be 4K watchers lean towards premiumized having a little bit better quality and a little bit better streams. So just keep that in mind. But again, I signed up. If you watch now, don't have to sign up right now. But if you watch premiumized, about twice a year they run a special. I bought mine for 99 US 2 years. So I got 2 years of premiumized for 99 US. So that's 50. So let's just say it's $50 a year. But they only offer that like Black Friday. And it was like in February, I think they offered it. But they only offered it just for a few days or a week. So if you keep your eye out, you can luck up and get premiumized at close to the same price that you're going to get through Aldebrid or premiumized and that kind of stuff. So,
okay, so Todd, just
yes.
on the math section here.
Yep.
It's $2.99 a month for Real Debrid.
Okay.
And it works out to $575 a month. Works out to $645 a month. So it is more than double to get premiumized.
Right. And again, it does offer
$2.99 versus $645.
It does offer a few extra things that you don't get on premiumized. PayPal. That's one of the things where people complain about with Real to Brid. They can't use PayPal, and it looks like you can use PayPal with your
credit card.
premiumized. Yeah. People complain. I want to use my PayPal. So premiumized does offer the PayPal, VPN service and cloud service on your premiumized. So
might be worth it.
Have options, gal. Have some options. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because when you put all your eggs in one basket, you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yes.
You may not know this, but okay. So if you get cloud storage from Premiumize, is it possible then to link that? Say you had a Kodi add-on and you wanted to link. Could you link your account to play it? Say if you had your own add-on. Could you link?
I don't know. I have not done that with Premiumize, but I do know that you can link certain services to add-ons if it's done a certain way.
Okay.
You can like hot link it. You can, that is a possibility. I can't say that I've done that. But I do know Real to Brid has some ways of
So probably
workarounds. There's
so if
workarounds. So
if
I
you
would
were
think
using
premiumized.
if you were using the 1 terabyte storage, you could potentially
Yes.
have a Plex player for Kodi.
Yeah. All right. So one of the other things is with So one of the other things with premiumized is that you, and I'm 99% sure on this, the way that I read it, is that you can share your account. Now, Real to Brid, only one person or one IP can be using it at a time, right? So if I shared my account with Blue, with Real to Brid, I could do that. I could link up my device and then tell her, hey, you want to link up your device? She linked up her device. And she could watch Real to Brid at some points. And as long as she wasn't watching Real to Brid, I could watch Real to Brid.
So
So
like most IPTV services.
Right. It's a one connection thing. Now, if we both tried to watch at the same time, Real to Brid catches it, boom. They send me a little letter saying, hey, you've been sharing your account. You do that again, we're going to ban you. Okay. They'll send you that little letter.
Todd,
So
AA was just saying it gets deleted after a month, I think.
if it doesn't get used on Real to Brid, if it gets deleted, certain things get deleted after a month if it's not used.
Okay,
Now,
so if you're adding stuff to that terabyte drive, does that mean you can only have it on there a month?
I have that, like I said, that image is still on there. And hold on a second, I will take a look. Let me tell you. I'll tell you when let me see when I put it on there. So my files. So I uploaded that 400 gig. That 400 gig has been there for 3 months. 366 gigs 3 months ago. That image, it's still there. Now it counts as my 1 terabyte. But I think that it's there in my file. Now, that's with premiumized. Now, Real to Brid, the way that Real to Brid says it, if they upload a torrent and nobody uses that for, it said 2 weeks roughly when I read through the forums last year before when I was scouring trying to find it. It said after about 2 weeks of nobody using that file, meaning nobody pulled that file to watch it, it gets purged from the system. They did not give an exact date. Now, if I upload, let's say that I wanted to watch X-Men. Okay, I wanted to watch a certain copy of X-Men. And it was, we'll just say, whatever group it was, and it was the 4K of X-Men. And I had Real to Brid uploaded it to Real to Brid, and it was on their cloud. As long as somebody tries to access that particular file, because once it's stored, that doesn't mean it's only for me. Once they store it, anybody can pull that certain file. Whereas I think premiumized is a little bit different. It's like your own cloud thing. But when they upload a torrent, it's cached and it's given a key, and anybody can use that exact file.
As long as it's relatively popular, you'll never have to cache it again.
Yes, it'll stay there as long as somebody
gets it. We might need to look into that then. If it's your own private server, you're the only one that's using it. You're just hoping it doesn't do that, like eliminate itself.
Well, right? Like I said, I'm looking at I didn't, because see, I have Chrome going, so my Firefox, it logs me into my account.
That'd be like USB.
It's still there 3 months.
That'd be like USB saying, okay, well, here's your server, but you know what? After a month, if you don't watch this, we're removing it.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea.
Like I said, I think that Real to Brid does it a little bit differently because I don't get cloud.
It's a cloud for everybody versus a cloud for yourself.
Right. Premiumized says, hey, we'll give you a 1 terabyte. You could store whatever you want. Now, you can actually pay for more. If you want more space, they'll actually sell you more space. It's part of their pricing thing. You can get more of that. Now, one other thing about premiumized, y'all. There's one other thing about premiumized is I can share my account because I'm given a pool of points. And depending on if I pull from their cloud server, which I'm going to say is like a 1-to-1. So if I watch a 1 gig movie, it counts as 1 point. If I watch a 10 gig movie, it counts as 10 points. I share my account with Blue. I'm like, Blue, I'm going to help you sign up on my premiumized. She can watch it and I can watch it. I'm pulling from the same one. I think it's 1,000 points. They give you 1,000 points. So I watch a 10 gig movie. It counts as 10 points. She watches a 3 gig movie, counts as 3 gigs. So now 13 points went away from my 1,000. Every day you get, I think 30 gigs or 30 points. If
On
I'm
top of
not,
what you initially have?
yes, you get 1,000, and then each day it gives you back 30.
See,
So I could share my account with numerous people. Okay,
yeah.
like say if I had family members that don't watch a lot, and I shared it with this person, that person, this person, and they're watching sporadically. They're pulling from my pool of 1,000 points, and as my points go down, they go down. I gain 30 a day, but then like they pull 1 or 2 from here or there. Now, if they pull from certain servers, certain hosts actually cost me more points. Like certain, let's just say RapidGator, which it's not one of theirs, but let's say RapidGator is a 4-to-1 ratio. So if you watched a 1 gig movie, it actually counts as 4 points. It was like, so if it's one of their
So instead of like Real Dbrid where you have certain amount of days, because of this, if you share with a bunch of people, if you had 50 people using it, you could run it out in a day.
Yes, you could run it out. You could run it out really, really quick. Now, they do offer where you can buy more points and you can do this and that. They offer all that. I'm trying to find the where I had read in the past how that works. And I'm almost positive it was 30 points a day. You know what I need to do? I need to go to my account. Hold on a second.
Honey, Seth just said Premiumize has a media player APK also. So in other words, you don't need to use Kodi, right?
Yeah, you could
use a Premiumize APK. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And the fair, all right, so the fair in there, that would be if you had an APK, you could go that route. And then it would link to your account, but you'd have to make sure to upload it because they don't really have a search engine. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? That just like Real Dbrid, you can't go just to Real Dbrid and search a movie. You got to use an add-on that uses an API and pulls that certain movie. So the fair
how would that work then as an APK? It'd be kind of useless, wouldn't it?
No, what you could do is do like I showed on Real Dbrid. I could add things to my files, to my download list or my torrent list. You know, I made a video on Real Dbrid where I uploaded a torrent, and then you click on the little box and it adds it to your downloader, and then it adds it to my Kodi setup. I'll show that on I'll show it on Shadow.
Oh, but can I just say one thing? Redneck, stop yelling.
All right, the fair use is 30 points.
Fucking caps.
It is 1,000 points available. You get 1,000 points, and then it pulls weight, and then I see it says 30 points every day. So I get 30 points for every day. I earn 30 points, and I was looking to see if they had.
Redneck, I love you, buddy.
I remember looking, and it was different points for different apps. Certain things were more points than others. I'm trying to see if I can find their, and I don't see their.
Sorry, honey. Carl just said you can add Premiumize Plex using ArcLoan.
Well, we may have to have somebody do that one day.
But okay, my thing is though, that's cool. So I guess you could have an all-in-one kind of, right? You could have a essentially sort of semi-Kodi and a Plex. Because I mean, with Plex, I don't need to use Kodi, so I wouldn't need to use Premiumize. But I'm guessing that's how it works.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Carl, you and I need to sit
stuff
down
you downloaded versus stuff you can access right away through Premiumize. That's kind of a cool idea. Actually.
Maybe we'd have to sit in the chat to explain to see it.
Yes, please, Carl. I want to know more.
Alban also says something about a rollover each year. It's 1,000 points is the maximum that you get with Premiumized. It's a maximum.
In other words, it runs out when it runs out. It doesn't roll over.
Yeah, you have 1,000 points. Like I haven't used Premiumized. Well, I used it yesterday when RD was having an issue. I watched one thing when RD was having an issue. It took away that it was like 2 points, but then I'm back to 1,000 because I got 30 points last night. So So that's you get 1,000 points. And like I said, you could share that with people. I was actually going to share it with Charles when RD was having problems, but then RD was working.
Well, Aubin just said, because I'm at 1,600. Well, I'm assuming, Aubin, that it means it would just be ongoing then, right? It would be ongoing until it runs out with Premiumize. There's not a set date, or is there? Is there a 6 month or?
Hold on a second. Let me go to my account.
Like if you buy 6 months and it gives you 1,000, but you're getting 30
1,000.
extra a day, and you don't use that 30, right? So it's building up and building up. Does it run out after 6 months, or do you keep going until you run that shit out?
Well, I think
it's a good question.
I don't know. I bet it's a date thing more than I bet you it's a date as well as a fair use.
I would think so too, because otherwise, if you only watch a gig a day and you're getting 30 gigs a day, you'll never ever pay for Premiumize ever again.
Right.
Because you're getting like 29 extra every friggin'
Because all right, so like I have it. All right, so I'm looking through my my history.
Sorry, I love Aubin. I watch a lot of shit, he said.
All right, so I'm
not that much if you're at 1,600, buddy.
So I'm looking through my account on Premiumized.
Yep.
So and I'm looking through my fair use system. You can go into your fair use. Now, I can look at what days I watched what, and it says right now I have 1,000 points, and it says every premium account starts out with 1,000 points, and it can be used all over all of our services every night at midnight UTC time zone. You get your top up to 30 points. Your top up of 30 points. Some services have a factor of 2, which means 1 gig counts as 2 points. As I said about that earlier, you can purchase booster points to increase your points values, which are here. And my balance is 1,000 points. Now, I watched less than a gig. No, so yesterday I watched 1.2 gigs yesterday. Right here it says that my points that I used was 1.33. So yesterday I used 1.33 gigs. So I should be, and then it was the 20th, I watched 4.7 gigs. 19th, I watched 2.6. The 7th, so I went 2 weeks that'd be 12 days. I went 12 days without watching a single thing on here. So if I was getting 30 points every day, I would be well over 1,000 because I'm looking the last month I've used 17 gigs, and it says my points that I've used this month, June, 16.2 points. So my points should be well over that. Now, when I go to the purchase boost points, buy a booster package, maybe Aubin's had Premiumized and he's gotten the extras, because I can buy 1,000 extra points for $10. I could buy 6,000 points for 40 euro.
Babe, so what you're saying is, though, that you didn't use up the 30 a day and you're still only at 1,000.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're capped at 1,000. But so I'm capped at 1,000 points.
You think it applies then basically if you're going over 30 one day and not the next, to kind of, like, I'm trying to wrap my brain about how the hell does that? How does he have 1,600 points though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
He barely watched anything.
Possibly, maybe he signed up. He's been a Premiumized user for longer. That he has some grandfathered in where he got 1,600 points. Because I signed up. Well, I'd have to look at when I signed up. I signed up.
I'm gonna look this shit up.
Manage my subscription. So I signed up on April 7th. So I signed up on April 7th, and so that I'm a brand new user. So maybe Aubin has been a member for a longer time, and that's why he has those points.
Okay, but does it say anything about when you would run out? Like, does it actually give you like a date?
It just said,
how on Real Dbrid it'll tell you the date that your Real Dbrid runs out, right?
It tells me that my next billing will be April 28th, 2022, because I signed up for 2 years.
Oh, okay. You went bananas, in other words.
Well, no, remember I said it was $99 for 2 years. So
yeah, no, I was thinking about the whole 6 month thing.
Yeah.
So you signed up for 2 years, but you still expire on that date, whether or not you get 30 extra points a day. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be dependent on what your date was for it versus you. But they give you the extra 30 a day in case you are sharing with a bunch of people and you're using a shit up in a day.
Yes. And I guess it keeps you from abusing the system because it calls it fair use.
Yeah,
so that you're not
it's only
abusing.
30 gigs a day and not like 500 gigs a day. So yeah, if you had 50 people sharing, you're screwing yourself every day. Okay, that makes sense.
If
people don't spell it.
Yeah. Right. So, but I do like the idea that if you wanted to share with a family member that, like, say this was your second service like me, I could share it with a family member very easily, and they could be using it, whenever they needed it.
Because chances are you're not using more than 30 a day between the two of you. But if you had 100 customers, you're going to fuck yourself.
Right. Right. So that's just, so we kind of went down this talking about, hey, there's options you guys got. You can look that stuff up. Like I said, it's got pricing. I was looking where I can find the, well, see, I had to log in to be able to see that other information.
But I guess the main info is, though, like you said, real dBrid and all dBrid, pretty much the same price. Premiumized is about a little over double.
Right.
But you get that extra server. You can share with multiple IPs.
VPN.
30 gigs a day. So shit, that's for $645 American a month. That's pretty freaking worth it, in my opinion.
So y'all check into it, decide what you're wanting to do, what might fit your needs, if it fits your budget. Not everybody's budget's the same, so maybe you can't afford it, but
think about the fact that all you got to do is share. All you got to do is share with one relative, and it's still the same price as real dBrid.
Yeah, tell your relative, say, hey, for $6 a month, I'll get you this service, and
then you're free.
And then you sign up, and then sign them up for it, and then you're using it, and they're using it too.
And it's free for you.
It's free for you. So, yeah. So, okay. So, all right. All right. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. So, yeah. So, yeah, William said he got the premiumized for the $99 deal too. And, all right. So we got that going on. So real dBrid on and off right now. Be patient. It's going to get better. It will get better. They'll sort it out. Let's see. Can someone with a know-how create an add-on or with one Fletcher? One Fitcher. I don't know. I don't know if I don't even know if anybody even links into that site as for a scraper site. So I don't know. All right, any news on with Easy News? I don't use Easy News. Easy News is like a news group, and you can use it. A lot of people really
loves it.
Yeah, a lot of people really love it.
Yeah.
Let me look up Easy News. And
we have a friend who uses Easy News and FERC, and he has for a million years, and he loves them and swears by them.
So I'm gonna share. Let's take a look at Easy News, and we'll look at their website. I don't use.
Is it a news group versus?
I believe it is. I think it's a news group as well as it has like a search feature.
See, I know using Plex. I mean, I always had like torrent sites that I used, and then I went and I got essentially something like that. It was Easy News. It was a news torrent. And all my shit comes from there now, and it's like fast, and I can see why that like jumps out because it's like using it, and plus you don't have to share back the same.
Yep,
you know.
Yeah. No sharing back. Here's I'm gonna take a look at the plans. We're looking at plans here now. One of the things about the downside of Easy News, they do monitor traffic, so you're only allowed so much traffic per month. You look at here. Well, this is $10 a month for 3 months because what's it going to be after 3 months? You're talking 150 gigs that you're allowed per month, if I'm not mistaken.
150 gigs, so you're talking 1,500 if it was premiumized points.
Yeah. No, it'd be
right.
It'd be 150. No, because 1 gig. 1 gig is 1 point for the most part premiumized, unless
you're saying how much is this?
$10 a month, and that's a special deal. So what's it going to be after the special deal's over? All right, so over here, the Premium Plus, we're talking $15 a month, 40 gigs a month. Woo, dang. Now, one of the things they do, they have a longer retention rate, which means they don't purge their system as fast. You're talking 4,000 days of retention. So you have a long time that stuff stays on there. So if you're looking for the older stuff, Easy News and these news groups is where you're going to find the super old stuff because they have a longer retention. So you're talking $15 a month. And I know that they have special deals at certain times. This is, they're not running any specials. So right now, you're kind of, it's at the most expensive. I'm sure it gets cheaper at certain times. There are other news groups, but not add-ons don't link into them like they do with Easy News. But so you're talking 40 gigs a month, which is not a lot, in my opinion.
Especially if you're watching 4K.
Yeah, because look at 40 gigs a month, and now they does roll over and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that there's probably better times. Now this one here, it's 150 gigs a month, but it's a special price for $10 a month. But what's it going to be after the 10 months?
I don't know.
Which is a 67% savings. So that's close to $20 a month.
Does Shadow have Easy News?
Yes. Shadow has FERC and Easy News is in it now. He added both of those. Those were requests from people.
Because of Cranky. That was Cranky.
Yeah. He requested it, and it was added in there.
I don't know if he ever watches this, but I love you, James. You have the sexiest voice in the world. Sorry, Todd.
Whoa, my feelings.
He does have a sexy voice. Ladies, just so you know.
Hey,
Cranky? Oh, yeah, he's got that deep. Whoa.
I'm about to try that. I'm trying my voice. Hunka burning love.
Okay, Elvis.
Yeah, Sling Blade.
Oh, jeez, Sling, that's about right. That wasn't so much Elvis as it was freaking. Oh my God.
So, yeah, Redneck. So Shadow and some add-ons do Easy News.
Most times because it was requested by somebody who actually has Easy News.
Yes. So let's see. Oh, Andrew's over in the side chat. Mark, thanks for you guys joining. Michael Forte. All right. So let me share. I'm going to show. Let me show. I'll show Shadow here for a second. So let me show. Then we'll take a look at some of the settings because there was a few things that was different that was added the last 2 weeks. All right. So you see me?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go into the settings on this. One of the things that was added in the last couple weeks was there's 3 themes now. So you got 3 different themes that you can run with. Funster was the original. Then they had the Shinobi. Oops.
Which was the one that I really liked?
You like the Shinobi one, the like the samurai looking thing. And I'll do it. I'll change that, and then we'll see it. Yeah. So we'll go down here. Let me see if it was in here. No, not there.
Maybe go over to the Debrid too, hun, and show them what's in Shadow.
Yep. So on the Debrid, this is where I've showed it before. You're able to do all Debrid premiumized. You can do either of those. So we're able to change those whatever service. Up next has not changed in quite a while. Context menu, this is when you pull up your context menu or you right click or you're able to get rid of some of the stuff. So if there's too much stuff in there, you're able to remove certain items. Like if you don't have open info and you're never going to use it, you can actually remove it from the context menu. One click play has not changed. One of the things, and I need to ask him, and I remember he did this with Destiny, and that was favorite scrapers.
All right, hopefully he's still in the chat so that he can actually answer this in there.
Okay. So if I remember in Destiny, what he offered with this is that you could tell it to pull from your favorite scrapers or your favorite sources first, and you would put like a comma between each one of the hold on. You could put a comma between each one of the things that you had wanted to use, and you could make it just check certain sites, or it would check them first. I can't remember how that went, but
Yeah, I
if I
like that
remember,
idea though, because when you have your favorites, like like when you were talking about before, certain things that use like Rapid Gator or whatever, that you're always your favorite go-tos. So that's a very cool idea. So you can pick like your 3 favorites, it always has stuff you're looking for. What a great
and
idea.
it makes it quick. It would be a quick scrape. External. So here's the FERC where I'm able to add in the FERC information. I don't have FERC, so I can't speak to it, but I know that again, there was one Cranky who also used FERC. There was a couple people that really loved FERC. FERC, and there's your easy news settings where we're able to, excuse me, add those in. And one of the things he'd added, you can go into for speed um, versus quality. If you go with the faster setting, it will scrape faster and it gives you less information on the results it gets. So you can have that checked. Or if you check this one, it's a little bit slower. It scrapes, make sure to scrape all that, but it also gives you more details about
Like size
the
and stuff?
yeah, the size, the encoding, the group. You
Right,
know
right.
how
Yeah.
where it gives you all that information. So that gives you all the information. If you don't care about all that stuff, you want more minimal
That's
results, you would do the faster.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm okay with 720 to watch a movie. I don't need
Right.
4K. I like to
Right.
have it just play, and I can probably because I'm getting old and my eyes aren't as good anymore anyway. Plus, I really don't like seeing people's pores, but that's just me.
That's just you. That's just you, hon.
I don't want to see
Um,
somebody's pores.
One of the things you are able to do that he added in the last week or so, so if there's certain items on the menu that you don't want to see, you can get rid of. So let's say I don't need last played link. I don't need what's new, which is it's the update information. I don't care about actor. Scraper test scraper check is turned off anyways by default. So let's see. All right, so that was top. So once you make any changes, let's hit OK. And I believe since I changed the icons, I have to clear the cache. I have to clear the cache. So hold on a second. Let's clear my cache. I could reboot Cody, or I can just go in here and clear my cache. In here. Maintenance. I'm going to clear my cache, clear it all. Bing, bing, boom. Boom, boom, bang, boom, bang.
Oh my God, that wizard is so pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty. Pretty. So let's go here. Let's go to my add-on. So I'm wanting to go into the regular screen. Open. So we should have the new icons. Yep. So this is the Shinobi icons. You can see it, but you see actors is gone and last played link is gone from it. Oh, he needs to fix settings. Settings doesn't have an icon, so that's something.
You still want me to make a theme for this?
I think you could do a really good job. So, but that's up to you. Let me pull up. I will show you the difference between the results that we get. Oh, I don't even remember if I set it for fast. I don't think I set it for fast or for slow. But I'm gonna do a scrape and we'll take a look. I think I have it set at 15 seconds. Let's go and checking duplicates, and it's getting rid of stuff. So you can see it has a lot of information, resolution. It has codec. It's got a lot of information in here. So let's back up and go back to the settings, and I'm going to do it
a little slower, but worth it if you want to know what the hell you're getting in it. If you're picking your links. See, for me, I'm a autoplay girl. Just play it. I want to see it.
So I'm going to go to the faster, and let's take a look at that. I'm going to back out of the add-on and go back in because a lot of times
pick a different movie.
Yeah. Well, sometimes those settings you got to back out of the movie, but I don't know for sure, so I just backed out just to be safe. And I will check a different movie. Parasite. Let's go with that.
Holy shitballs! Look at how fast that is.
It went quicker. Now
you had 69 4Ks within like seconds.
Yeah, and this is Parasite, so it's got So now you see. Now, do you see the difference in the information it's given? I
Yep.
don't have as much information that I had in the other one.
See, that would be
If
really important,
you think about
especially I think, Abe, if you're watching for if you want really good audio settings.
it.
You
Yes.
probably want more information if you want 7.1 versus, because
Yep.
that one
Yep.
doesn't tell you what it is as
Yeah.
far as
It gives you. Yeah.
some
And
do,
you don't
some
have like right. The other one used to give you the group. It told you the group that would that coded it or
I don't
released
care
it.
about that.
So that is a little bit different for that. Let me also show you about the real Debrid thing. So we were talking about real Debrid. I got to back out here because if you add things to your real Debrid, like my real Debrid torrents, now these are things that I added this particular movie as a torrent, which it was already on there. When I added the magnet link in, it was already there, and then I just hit click to add it, and there I can watch it. So there's those 400 gig things. Those are things that I've had on my Real Debrid, and I can watch this particular release through my Real Debrid. I can. It's from Real Debrid, but it's on through Shadow. Does that make sense? Like I added both of these today. The Avengers 4K because I was going to download it to my hard drive to see how it streams in my home. And so those were two things that I added to my Real Debrid, and I will let me show you that. I'll show you that I have that. Stop sharing that. Let's make sure I'm not on no porn sites.
By the way, nice shirt.
Yeah, I'm America. I told him that you weren't sure if you liked that shirt or not.
No. I love you, but no.
I like it. I like it.
America makes me think of Trumpers. No, I'm out.
Just settle down. Okay. So, all right. So here's
Medicare for all. Black Lives Matter.
here is the torrent I added. Here's that 1917 and the Avengers. You can see I added them. I add them into magnet links. I showed this in one of my videos. Easy to do. So I added in here, converted it. What I do is I click right here on this little green box once it's been added, and you can see I'm able to watch it. And this is the actual link that can be added in places, but you can now. That's where this came from, where I was able to watch my torrents. Here's those play boxes. There's that Star Wars, that showed in when I go here. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, I only have one screen I can share. So yeah, easy to do. So if you guys watch my video on that Real Debrid one that I did a year ago, maybe, it's easy to do, and you're able to watch it through Shadow, and it makes it really easy to do. Okay. Who you talking to? Oh.
Said quit yelling. And then Redneck blind blue, and I wrote, well, it makes me laugh because apparently you can read my lowercase. And then
But he only could type in big.
Kyle wrote it with like ups and downs, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just having a seizure right now, Kyle. So thanks for that.
Yeah. All right. One other bit of news, and I'm gonna sneak
Redneck. Love you, buddy.
Just one little thing. There is a add-on that's coming out. Well, excuse me. There is an APK that will be released in the next couple weeks. What I will say, it is the grandfather of add-ons is going to be an APK. I'm not going to say what add-on it is. I'm not saying what add-on it is, but this add-on, which is the grandfather of add-ons in Kodi, is going to be an APK.
From who?
I can't say his name.
Is it actually an original dev too? Like, was the guy that actually made the original
yes.
grandfathered? Cool.
There is if you think about it, babe, you think about who is the oldest add-on out there.
Okay, well, I'm thinking
the oldest add-on out there right now.
It's a tough one.
Exodus. The oldest add-on that is active is going to be an APK, and I'm gonna leave it at that because when he goes when he goes public, he's going to come on the show.
Well, look at you, Mr. Famous Guy.
So just settle down. Andrew, is it Lambda? No.
I miss Lambda.
Yeah. So it
He was a
will
nice
be.
dude.
It's going to be an APK, and it will not be a pin APK.
Indigo. Hacker Mill was Hacker Mill. Yeah, Dev. Yeah, no. Playlister, sure. Dev,
So
no.
So it's coming out. It's coming. So that's just your little teaser, and I can't wait for it to come out. And we'll see. There's another add-on that I hope to be able to talk about in the next week or two.
Somebody just said Bob. That's cute. No.
Yeah, I hope in the
Not the
next
oldest.
week or two. So that there's one add-on that I'm hoping to be able to talk about in the next week or two. We'll see. And then one APK that's coming out, and I hope to be able to talk about that in a week or two. And as soon as I'm able to talk about it, they will be on the show, and we will talk about them, and I'll share it.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Andrew. Hacker Mill. Yeah, he was a playlister. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He was never a dev.
No, he was. So we'll see. It's a I like it when people say, "Oh, this is all dead." No, it's really not dead. I mean,
That's actually really cool,
has
though.
its
That's
ups
cool,
and
Dev.
downs.
Thank you. Good.
Old school.
Good.
Like I said,
Kate, just so most people know, there are very few devs in Cody now. There's a lot of repeat customers who take people who essentially they don't clone it, but they are forking it, and some people can maintain it, little things, but there are very few people that can actually write original code or can go in and fix things like when they break right away, can fix it. A lot of them, what they do is they wait for somebody else to fix it, and then they grab their code and they do it, which is fine, which is cool, like whatever. But there are, you could probably count on one hand the amount of original devs there are still in Cody. So it's kind of cool and exciting, actually, that one that was around a long time ago is still around. Like that's not. I don't want that to sound horrible, but there, honestly, Todd, there are very few people that could, if shit went sideways tomorrow in Cody and they changed some code and it fucked everything up, there are very few people that could actually fix it so their add-on was working in. So it's kind of exciting. I'm excited. I'm fucking picking your brain as soon as we get off of this. I'll tell you that.
Well,
Hashem.
all right,
yeah,
so
it's Hashem. That's who it is.
So honestly, you and I have been playlisters. You are a playlister way before me.
I've never been a dev, and
right. That's what I'm saying.
I've had add-ons. I've made my own. We're forced.
So what I'm explaining is that you and I have been playlisters.
Yeah.
And we took Destiny, played around with Destiny, messed around. We did some edits to Destiny. We were not the devs.
A little bit of code, yeah. But
yes, we were
if
not.
If it had broken, we'd have no idea how to fucking fix it.
And it did break. It did have some issues, but
yeah. And then somebody else helped us out and said, "Here's the code for it."
Yeah. So we're not devs, and so a lot of times you and I have both. People say, "Oh, you guys are devs." No, we're not. I mean, you and I know the difference between a dev and a playlister.
Yeah.
And maybe a playlister plus. Because I can read a little bit and I can understand some of it. I could edit a little bit. You can do a little bit more than I can with some edits, but
a little bit, yeah.
We can change a few things, but we're not like you said. We can't take it from the ground and build up, and we can't. If something's broke, we can't really go in and fix. Major issue.
No idea. I would hit up my dev friends.
Yeah. What is wrong with this? And then, but again, that's why you, like you said, there's on one hand, you can count the people that
are actual coders, like actual coders who understand the code, who can fix something in minutes. They're few and far between. Some people, like, you know what? Don't get me wrong. There are some people, it'll take them a while, but they will eventually fix it, and they have a general grasp of it, which is awesome. And they'll eventually become really good coders if they stick with it. It's just that there's only a small portion out there that know what they're actually looking at. And then most times what happens is they fix their add-on, and yours is got the same code as theirs does. So you can go and grab whatever it is they fixed. You just compare the two, and then you kind of go, okay, well, I need this in there. Versus the ones that will write the code.
Yes. Right.
I've never been a dev, never People are like, oh my
Yeah.
god, well, no.
No, there's a difference. Yeah, I
I can
mean,
make
we used
some
to do
cool.
that.
I can make them some cool icons, and I can have some cool playlists. That's about it.
Well,
Not,
because remember, we used to when we were messing around with Destiny, we would do the compare,
that
have to
was fun.
compare, and
Yeah,
then be like, oh, well, he changed this, so we're going to change that in ours.
yeah,
And that's fun. I mean, we had our own add-on, and we tweaked it and made fun. So I see
yeah.
everyone over
It
here
was
in the
fun.
side chat. Yeah, Andrew,
The
they're
first
over there
ever
having
build made.
uh, King Webb. Hey, bud. Hey, King, if you want to jump on, if you have any big news or any like streaming information, hit me up. I'll let you jump in here because you tend to kind of keep your ear to the ground about what things are coming out. So let's see. First, yeah, yeah, especially some of us that've been around a while. We seen
Todd,
a lot.
if you're answering stuff, it might be a good idea. And I know I sound like a total fucking bitchy, whatever, to read the question first before you answer it, because I have no idea what you're talking about, which one you're referring to, and probably most people watching don't either.
Well, that's good. Yeah, thank you, baby. It's because my brain jumps around.
Yep, no, just read
So
whatever it was they asked you
yeah,
and answer it.
I don't even remember what question I answered. I don't think I answered the exact question. So I just see Andrew and a bunch of people on the side busting balls over there of us, some of us older
Is it the
people that
beef
remember.
build? First
Huh?
ever build made? That's hilarious.
Mm.
Oh, crispy. You know what's sad?
And
What's sad
hey, he's got
on my from my experience in Cody, which is long, but not as long as some of you guys. When I first started Cody, like jailbroke an Apple TV, and you had to code it. Like you had to type in a bunch of shit, SSH into it, and type in a bunch of shit. It wasn't just grab it wherever you wanted and whatever. So I felt pretty smart about that. But I mean, it was like I was following other people's stuff, like line for line on what to type in. And sometimes if you typed it wrong, it didn't fucking work. But for me, when it came to builds, TVA had it wasn't necessarily a build, but they had
they didn't do builds.
They had some, apparently after but originally you could grab TVA and it would grab a bunch of their add-ons. So it was essentially a build.
XBMC Hub.
Exactly. Gandalf was one of the first people that I ever had any of his stuff.
Gandalf, yep.
His stuff was fantastic. And I have to admit that when what the hell was that called? The fucking HTPC there. It was Adam and it was Hacker Mill. They were involved in it where they were selling the what the fuck was that called? I helped them. I helped them for way too many years. But Hacker Mill did do a skin, like a build. It was just a build. But so I had his build way before fucking Crispy showed up on the. But before that, it was for me. It was. I remember Gandalf. Like I remember Gandalf. Zunity also had their own thing, just like TVA did. They had their own shit where they had basically a build. Like if you grab their stuff, you got all their add-ons kind of thing. And then you could pick and choose other stuff that you wanted. But as far as first builds, it would have been, unfortunately, TVA and Zunity, in my opinion, had the first builds out in Cody. Yep. So it was Crispy. I actually like Crispy. He can't spell worth shit. But you know what? When I got to know him a little better, once we put together that Telegram group where we tried to get everybody in the whole community together to talk because everybody was fighting with everybody. And I got along with Crispy fine. His spelling is shit though. Exodus, he spelled wrong all the time. Genesis, that was hilarious. But I didn't mind him as a dude, and he liked picking out really cool sneakers, which go on Telegram all the time. But as far as first build ever, no. TVA, Zunity, and honestly, Gandalf was one of the first people who actually wasn't just add-ons. It was changed the backgrounds, made it look really fucking cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the chat here on the side. All right, Gears of War build. That was Target, and basically he built that so he could sell you an IPTV service. iStream. Anybody that knows Zunity, they know iStream. iStream was off the chain. What was cool about iStream, and it had ads when nobody else had ads. Like when it was scraping, it would actually show you an ad. Yeah. And I wonder how much money he made because
Oh,
he had an ad, and every time it scraped,
but
and
the thing is, though,
he was
Todd,
making bank.
and
He
you
had
know what
to be.
the thing is, though, Todd, is like people were like so pissed off about their like, what the fuck, man? If I wanted ads, but you know what? You're waiting for everything else to scrape, and while you're waiting, why not watch something? Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
That was the
I
only
still,
you got nothing to watch while it's scraping, or you got an ad to watch while it's scraping. So what fucking difference does it make? You're still waiting 30 seconds to 2 minutes for links. Why
yeah.
not be entertained at the time,
And
Mikey?
then and now with Shadow, you watch less than 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Oh my God, Shadow for me when I have it on autoplay, I'm literally like 5 seconds and I'm playing something.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, iStreams. It was a great add-on, and it had its own scrapers. It was a good thing. Maybe a crazy question. How do I get the Shadow
Shadow builds.
builds? All right, so Shadow are not build. Shadow build. It's not a build. That is an add-on. Now, maybe some people take Shadow and they incorporate it into their build. Very well possible.
Just an add-on.
It's just an add-on
Great
though.
add-on.
So you can install it all by itself, but sometimes people will install Shadow on their build. They'll make a lot of shortcuts to that kind of stuff.
Or maybe they'll call it the Shadow build, even though they have other add-ons and stuff, and they'll
Yeah.
make cool like shadowy figures as their backgrounds. But yeah, Shadow is.
So Diesel, Gandalf, Andy's build. Hey, he didn't even mention my name. Come on, Andrew. Didn't even mention me. What about you? What about you? I don't hear you. You're muted. Wait, babe, you muted yourself. All right,
I was going
talk.
to say, where the hell is my build? I got a free box out of it back in the day. They're like,
Yeah,
"Can we use it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And they're like, "Well, we'll send you a box." I'm like, "No, I'm good." They're like, "We're gonna send you a box." I'm like, "Okay, sure."
I'll take it.
That
Bob.
was four that friggin' did the artwork for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, four working
Yep.
quietly in the backgrounds. Bob, add-ons that work in Matrix 19. All right, there is. I've seen Saren said that he is ready for 19. There was another add-on that I saw said they were ready for 19, and I cannot recall the name of that, but I know Saren was top of my head. But
Sorry,
the problem,
I want to just say one thing though, Todd, before you get on in this,
yes,
before I grab a glass of wine, is that one thing that devs did do though recently is put together a Telegram group of a bunch of devs and Cody, and they're all working together to come up with the proper code for all their add-ons for 19. So they're doing a collaboration, which is really cool. They're sharing code and stuff so that everybody will be on the same wavelength when it comes out, which I thought was awesome, baby.
yeah. Well, the biggest thing is that the problem with 19, it's not going to be just the add-on you got to fix. You got to fix there's scripts, because whenever you install an add-on, if you ever noticed, it'll say it needs these dependencies. So an add-on is not just you install that add-on; it needs dependencies. So the problem is that all those dependencies have to be Python 3, which that's what Kodi 19 uses, is Python 3. Kodi 18 and prior is using Python 2. So everything has to be recoded. So there is people working, and hopefully I'm thinking Kodi 19 is a year away. Kodi 18 will not stop working when Kodi 19 comes out. So don't think you have to move to Kodi 19 when Kodi 18 comes out. You don't have to. So don't be the first one on the bandwagon. And the other thing is that if you are using Kodi through the Google Play Store, turn off auto updates so that if Kodi 19 does come out, that you're not forced into using Kodi 19. It's easier to update on your own when you're ready to do it than to have Kodi 19 forced upon you and the skins to break, because the skins are not ready. 98% of the add-ons are not ready.
Okay, but the thing is too though, honey, when you think about it, Kodi is coming out with Kodi 19, right?
Yes.
So in other words, all of their scripts, all of their
Yes.
skins, all the original skins
Yes.
will be ready for Kodi 19 when it comes out.
Right. But the thing is that say that there's skins that we've modified.
Oh yeah, you're screwed. You're gonna have to wait for the dev of like Arctic Zephyr and all that.
Yep.
But they're probably in all honesty, they're probably working on those right now.
Yeah,
so.
they're working on it. But yeah, any of us that have modified a skin and made it to where we modified it and we're not doing auto updates for the skin,
yeah,
the skin's gonna stop working when you go to 19. So Turn off auto updates for Google Play if you're using Google Play, please, because it's not going to be released for, my guess is next year.
And
But
everything will catch up eventually, but yeah, you're better
Yeah.
not to screw yourself because it'll wipe all your shit right off it.
let's see.
And most
Sandy
add-ons
said,
won't work, but hopefully, with everything that's going on with everybody that's working on stuff, they'll sort it out. Because yeah, going from Python 2 to Python 3, it's kind of a big deal.
You're right. You're right. It will. And it'll just take some time. Sandy says builds are okay if you want. Otherwise, they are a waste of time. She hates to say. And the thing of, or he, Sandy can be male or female. I'm sorry. Yes, builds for people that don't want to have to mess or fuss with it. Great, they work fine. If you're a person that just wants to install a build and go, fine. If you're a person that wants to have only the add-ons that you care about, then do your own, and you'll probably only install a few add-ons. And the fewer add-ons, the better. Install the 1 or 2 add-ons you use, and you'll find that your Kodi setup will be flying. Even on a low-end device, it will fly. The more add-ons and scripts and things that you load on a device, the slower it's going to get. If you're using an NVIDIA Shield or a computer or a high-end Android box, you may not notice that problem. The problem is that if you're using it on a lower-end device, then you will see it. So better keep it simple, KISS. Keep it stupid simple, or keep it simple stupid. Carl, that was Prometheus. You're right, Carl. That was Prometheus that we were talking, that she was looking for. Patty D. Sorry, I mentioned, I saw you jump. Wayne says the Pulse build was good back in the day. The Pulse build was now I guess he stopped doing it. I guess he stopped doing the Pulse. Navi X, we all remember Navi X. It was that was a granddaddy, and that is not the add-on that's coming out. I hate when I move and it jumps way ahead of me. Sorry, I was looking on Telegram real quick to see if anybody had sent me a message to see if they wanted to join, and they had. Mashup. Nope, it's not mashup. All right, so I'm not gonna keep giving people guesses. Yeah, and Dave or Bill Davenport. Yeah, agreed. Dexter and Gears wanted your money, but their work saved you a lot. Yeah, but they were in it for the money. Dexter's still around. Gears is gone. Some of the prices that some of those people were paying for, that I heard, paying $50 a month for different connections, I was like, oh,
get yourself cable, goddammit.
Jesus, but whatever. Mark remembers Ice Films. Yeah, Ice Films was an old school add-on. Yeah. Great add-on back in the day.
Yeah, that was just a site.
Too bad it was TVA.
It wasn't just TVA though. Ice Films, you could, most add-ons back in the day, like when I was in Phoenix, we used Ice Films in, like, I mean, I was part of TVA back then, but anyways,
yeah,
we were able to, Ice Films is a website, so in other words, we were able to use that. Any add-on could have used Ice Films. iStream probably used Ice Films. I'm pretty sure they did.
Metal Kettle used to make a lot of add-ons back in the day. He used to do a lot of that. He was a lot. Now see, the Metal Kettle did it a little bit differently than our scraper add-on. So I'll explain the difference between how Metal Kettle used to do it in a way that most of your other add-ons now do it. Now your add-ons, what we call scrape, they'll scrape multiple sites. Genesis did it. Exodus did it. They scrape multiple sites. They look at this site, this site, this site, this site, this site, and they grab all the, if you're looking for a particular movie, they look all those sites and they give you the results. Metal Kettle was of the mindset that he would not use a scraper. He would make an add-on for a particular website. Yeah. So he would make an add-on that would point right to this particular website.
Yeah, but you know what though, hon? I'm guessing when he had, what was it? Griff and everybody, what was the name of their add-on? That was Metal Kettle. So at some point he went with Evolve. So they pulled from multiple sites eventually. But yeah, originally he was all about
they were all playlists.
No, but they were playlists, but they pulled from multiple sites. Like it was like when we were in Phoenix. Originally, what happened was we had to pull from, like, we added individual links.
Direct
so
links.
you would add a direct link from a website, and then the problem was the website would fucking go down, and everything that you had in there from that website was fucked. So then we had it so that you could pull from one specific site, but the problem was originally it was individual like it was from one site, but it was like you had to pull them. Like you had to put a specific link in your add-on. So if that link went down, you were screwed. Then it got where we were able to pull from the site. And that was great because it was like, holy shit. Like, I mean, we can pull whatever we want from this site. It didn't have to be an individual link. You would just link to the site. Then if the site went down, you were screwed. Then it came to where it evolved into multiple sites and turned into multiple scraping. So in other words, if this site went down, you were still good because you could pull from here. But yeah, MK originally, you're right. He had an add-on that was specific to one site. And then
he talked about
then it evolved though. He had where I think they were doing like us, where they were grabbing links, but a link for the whole site versus that one individual link. Like I'd grab like 5 links from the site.
Because he would talk to yes, you're right. Yes, it would pull that one site, to pull the multi. It'd say link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. Yeah.
But
remember, he told us
originally you'd have to individually pull every single link yourself.
Because he told us that he thought that was better on the sites because it spread the load. Yeah. Instead of one add-on looking at all the sites, it was like, no, this add-on has to look here. This add-on looks here. This is spreading the load. And
well, and then Metallic came out, and Metallic was pulling from all the add-ons and all the sites. Yeah. But technically it wasn't. But TVA jumped on it, got pissed, and said, "You're basically screwing every website out there." That's not how it worked. But he didn't understand that. But anyways, so it evolved from picking one individual link on one individual website to being able to scrape the whole website, to being able to scrape multiple websites, to being able to scrape multiple websites through multiple add-ons. So it's like Cody is so evolved, like from back in the day.
All right. So if anybody of us have done playlisting, as Blue has said, back what you used to have to do back when she was back in the Phoenix mashup days. Fun. So she would say she wanted to add let's say a movie. So she would say, I want to add this movie to my list. She would have to put in the URL, the title of the movie, and then she would go on the internet and search for that particular movie. She would find that movie and then copy that URL into the XML, into the form.
I probably put 5 of them. One from Ice Films, one from 123 movie, one from each individual link would be. I'd have to go look for them.
Right. You'd manually have to go find each one of those links and then go to the next movie. And then I'm going to find links for. So like you said, when it would go down, when a website would go down or Google would wipe. How many times did Google just wipe?
This was before Google. Google. And honestly, honey, I remember one time it took me 3 weeks because I was doing TV series, individual links at a time. And by the time I was done them all, the site went down. And I lost everything. I almost cried.
Yeah, because you got to think every show and then every episode.
And then 5 links per episode. Yeah, like if I went Smallville, that's like 10 seasons of 25 episodes. That's 250 episodes times 5. And then it gone.
Yeah. And that was a lot of work.
Nowadays, I'm like that old person that says, "Yeah, I used to have to walk to school every day and get to school in the winter uphill with no shoes on." But you know what? That's what it was like back then. Nowadays, fuck, you got it made. That's why I think I get a little bit pissed off when people are like, "Oh, Jesus, I'm only getting 2,500 links and I used to get 3,000." Dude, at least you got one fucking link and it works. Like, shut up. Yeah. Jesus, you know how much work goes into that?
Yeah, it was something else.
Yeah, it was like, I don't miss those days. I honestly, babe, I actually think I did cry once because I was like 3 weeks putting in like 15 series and they were all wiped out in a matter of minutes.
Oh, look at there. Someone, Mucky Duck.
Mucky was awesome.
Great
He's
guy.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
Go Movies. I remember that website.
Then became Genesis and Exodus. Yeah.
They love the original Phoenix, which you were in the original Phoenix.
Well, technically, no. I was and I wasn't. Yes. I wasn't there at the onset. but I was there a few months after.
Yeah.
But I was in the original
months.
Phoenix, yeah.
Turks.
Yep. Turks is still around, I heard. I think he does pin, but he's still around.
Yeah,
and is MK still his dev?
I don't know about that. I know that Turks is around though.
Metal Kettle was his dev.
CC Cloud and Genesis. Yep. CC
Well,
Cloud may
not
still
so
be
much for
around.
me.
He was live TV. He may still be around.
Genesis was the best add-on out there because when Lambda made Exodus, Genesis was getting slammed so much, like so much. It was so popular that he made Exodus. He eliminated the library function. He eliminated a lot of things that he had in Genesis because he was hoping it wouldn't be as popular. So he was hoping it wouldn't hit the scrapers as hard. That was his whole point for doing it. So the problem is, though, that people are like, "Oh, he Lambda, tell Lambda." And they're like, "Oh shit!" And they couldn't even care less about the other stuff. They just used it just as much. So it kind of it took off. But people complained. They're like, "It's not as good as Genesis." That's because he was trying to alleviate some websites and stuff,
making people not like it as much. Oh, Bob,
he was actually before shit hit the fan with him, though. I mean, and we even had problems, and Bob and Phoenix and all that stuff. If he ever watches this, and I hope he does at some point, I loved Lambda. He was a really, really, really nice dude. Like, you guys have no idea. He was a genuine dev, and I have a feeling TVA turned him a little rotten there at the end, and
he probably got a little jaded. You know how
he honestly never had a harsh bone in his body. He was one of the sweetest people I've ever met. He reminded me of Mid. He had the attitude of Mid. He was all about the coding. He was all about the whatever. And I think he got attacked by those people, and that's why he put that code in there to try to protect himself. And then it turned on him.
Yeah.
But honestly, if anybody out there knew Lambda, he was a sweetheart. I loved that guy. Total sweetheart.
Alistair says, "Do most add-ons use the same links?"
Yeah.
I would say the majority of the same links. Now, some add-ons may link to a few different sites. If you look at some add-ons, all right, so Gaia. I'm going to use Gaia for example. Gaia has the most sites that it pulls from, like 90 to close to 100 sites that it pulls from.
Yeah.
All right, so we go, let's say to Shadow. Shadow pulls from 20.
Yeah, it all depends on how many scrapers they have. Like how many sites they're scraping.
Yep.
So most of them, although even then, like that 20 versus Gaia's say 100 could still be just 20 because most sites actually like link to the same container. Basically, some guy uploads it. This site grabs it from that container. That site grabs it from the container. It's still the same file. So essentially, 100 links are 5 of them are the same link. Does that make sense, Todd?
Yep, it does. Hey,
Q. That's not our Q.
I think it is.
That's our Q. I fucking miss you, you stupid prick.
I think that's Q. I think that's Q. There, Carl posted Q. Q was a good guy. If you guys go back to my Cody Matters shows, like when me and ARB were in there, you'll get to see Q. He doesn't do anything in Cody no more, but a great guy, thinking outside the box. Metallic, freaking phenomenal idea with an add-on.
Yeah, Metallic and Metallic and EIM.
Yeah, yes.
EIM was Q. Q, if you ever watch Todd's videos and you see some hairy, bearded, awesome-looking dude laying in bed beside a lava lamp, that's Q.
Just laid back like this, talking.
Totally. Love Q. Yeah. I miss him.
I hate that we don't ever get to hear from him. So I was looking through, trying to see if there was Salts back in the day. Yep. Bucky movies. Again, I think Bucky movies was pointed. I think that was Metal Kettle, but I think it was pointed to one certain site, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's why his were good though, because it was one specific site, and he also had an anime add-on, and yeah, that stuff was always good, except when the site went down, and then the add-on was fucking useless. Whereas nowadays most add-ons link to so many different sites that one site goes down, you don't even notice.
Yep. And I sent a link. Andrew said he'll jump on. We're doing nostalgia, so Andrew will be right
It's
on
actually
that.
kind of fun doing nostalgia. I like this.
And if King Webb, if you got some information you want to jump in, send me a message so that I can find you in my Telegram, and I'll give you a link. Shrinking Sharon says she remembers PrimeWire and Salt. Stream all sources.
Yep, that's what Salts was. Yeah. Carl wrote, no fucking way that is our Q. I wish that was. I hope that's Q, but I honestly haven't seen him in years.
See, was it Pulse or the Pulse? Oh, if it was in the Aries Wizard, that was.
It was Pulse.
Yeah, there was Pulse and there was the Pulse.
No, and there was Pulse and there was Quasar, and those were ahead of their times in that they were torrents. In other words, you were a little nervous.
No, those are add-ons. Yeah, he was talking about builds.
No, but they used torrents back in the day. Versus, just straight up streaming, you were essentially downloading. So it made people a little nervous. But they were really good because you waited a couple seconds and then you had no buffering.
Hey, there you go.
Hello, Andrew.
Doing an ad here.
Oh my God, seriously? You're such an ass.
So hey, bud, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm on a week's holiday now from work, so.
Oh, good. You deserve that.
You started talking about old add-ons, and I was like, I'll join.
Yeah, because you remember them all too.
Some of them.
Well, most of them. I mean, when I started, I remember Mashup. I think Mashup was probably one of my first ones. Mashup, and what's that? What was that other one there that Lee was going to clone it? That nobody uses.
NaviX.
It was going to be
NaviX. Yeah, well, it was NaviX, but it was going to be NannyX. Yeah, and Mashup. Those were like the two first add-ons that I used personally.
Yeah, Mashup, I think, was the first one I ever used.
Yeah, that's why it was actually really cool, because when I joined Phoenix, I got to join with like the new Pirate Bay and with Val, and they were original Mashup boys. So it was pretty cool. And then when we got on Phoenix, and then they came over when we started Bob, they came over with us. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked a genuine question before.
Okay.
And you never put it up. I was like, what's everyone's favorite version of Cody?
Well, sorry, I missed that.
Favorite version?
Version of
I'm okay.
Cody.
I'm okay with 18.6 or whatever I'm using right now. I'm okay with that. I have no problems with anything.
I'd say 17 for me, only because they added the HTTPS in 17.
Hey, was 18 the first time they used estuary, or was that 17?
That was 17.
I think it was 18.
You sure?
Which one was Isengard?
Oh God, that was a while ago now.
Was that 15 or something?
We're on Leia. We're on L.
Or 16.
IJKL. That was 4 versions ago.
That shows you how. When the last time I used it.
Jesus. See, when I started on Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what were
I
you
think
guys?
Gotham might have been the first one.
So
Carl were you Dharma?
So what was before Eden. Dharma? See, I would be Darden. I was Darden.
Dharma, not
Dharma. I think it was Dharma because that was the Lost. It was.
Yeah, and then I was after that. I was Eden when I started.
But I want to say now, see, what was it with the Xbox? Because I had it with the Xbox.
You still would have probably been ABC though back then.
I know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of it because I was on the old Xbox the first time I did it.
Good old XBMC. Yep.
Because I soft modded my Xbox and had it, and I was pulling from my local media from my hard drive on my computer.
See, I had an Xbox back then, but I knew nothing about XBMC. Nothing about it.
No, neither did I.
I stumbled across it somewhere when Apple TV came out, and somehow I was reading up on it, and then I read about this Kodi thing, and I'm like, okay, well, what's that? Well, in order to put it on, you got to code your box, essentially, and I'm like, oh, okay, what do I write? And Actually, Todd, we met when we met in Brampton. The guy
Yeah.
who did the videos that I followed,
Yes.
he was there.
Yeah. The guy. I don't want to say he wasn't Indian, but he was.
Yeah, no, or Pakistani, but he was, well, he's Canadian, I think.
Tech.
But he
His name was Tech.
But I
Something
followed his videos in order to basically jailbreak my Apple TV to put Kodi on it. I remember that back in the day.
Yeah, 'cause I sat and talked to him, and I'm trying to remember his video. What his name? He's not on YouTube no more.
I haven't seen him in a million years, but I mean, I thanked him that time too, because I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing. I wouldn't have known what to write, and I remember what a pain in the ass it was, but it worked. And I'm like, oh my god, I've got free movies and free TV shows. How cool is that? Like, I thought that was like the end of the world, you know?
Hey, look at Can UK gal. She's from Brampton. We were
I'm
there.
from Brampton originally, sort of.
No, please no. All right, so we actually had a Kodi convention in
Brampton. In 2016.
Met a bunch of our friends, and it was just a group of Kodi / YouTuber people all met and got together.
Yeah, kind of, but not. It was more just Kodi people. Wasn't really a lot of YouTubers back then.
The guy we're talking about, he was
oh yeah, he made YouTube videos, but he also had like
he did
was also involved in.
Oh, was it X-Tex?
X-Tex?
XC-Tech? Yeah, it was.
Might have been.
I'm sure it was. He was from Canada.
Yeah.
He lived in Canada.
His videos turned me on to Kodi, like, well, XBMC back in the day. It wasn't for him.
You were going to say his videos turned me on and just stopped.
No, not quite like that.
Look at Sharon remembers when they went from XBMC to Kodi. Yeah, and I do. That was
totally.
14 or 15, I think, is when they changed that. I thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what version.
So
was it 15 or 16?
I thought it was like 14. I thought it was from 13
so what
to
are we
14
at? L?
When we went from XBMC.
So what's it on now? Is it on 19?
We're on Leia. 18. Leia is 18.
Keep 18. Up since you're out of the loop.
So what's 19 going to be called?
Is it Matrix or something like that?
Matrix.
Yeah.
Maybe it should call the next one Bob.
We can't go back in the damn days.
You have to give Diesel all the credit for that. Oh no, it was Shan.
What'd I do?
You came up with Bob. Remember when we were thinking of an add-on name? We were trying to throw out all these fancy names, and you were like, "We just call it a random name like Bob."
Well, because everybody was naming their add-ons gross, placenta, and fucking, Jizz Planet, and I'm like, hey, how about we just go for something nice and fucking normal? Because we'll stand right out.
Remember when we released it, and everyone was like trying to think of what Bob stood for, and they were like, "Best of the best," and then we're like, "No, it just stands for Bob." It's
battery operated boyfriend. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just because everything else was sort of getting dirty and gross, and I'm like, let's just go normal.
Yeah. I think placenta was a little bit far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite.
Okay, so I had Dharma, Eden, Frodo, Gotham. What was H? Helix?
Helix, yeah.
And then it was Isengard. And what was J?
Jarvis,
and then we had Krypton, and then Leia, right?
Yeah. Leia, yeah.
Yeah, so Krypton may have been the first to use the estuary skin, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. But when did XBMC become Kodi?
It had to be before.
I want to say around about.
I went to 15, and it was still Kodi.
Yeah, it might have been between Isengard and Jarvis, I think.
I thought it
maybe
was
Isengard.
I thought it was either 14 or 15 changed.
15 was Isengard. Actually, you know what? Somebody in the group probably knows. People talking in the chat group. Yeah, when did XBMC become Kodi? No, why was it called Bob? Helix. Okay. Gandalf's in there. Hey, Gandalf, I was just bragging about you. I miss you.
Yeah.
Why was it called Bob? Yeah, because that's why. No, he probably knows
All right.
now because they're like seconds
So,
behind us. 14.
all right, 14, yeah, because Helix, it says right, yeah. Sorry, I'm slow on the wiki page. Yeah, Helix 14, so 13 prior. So Cody XBMC 13 and prior were XBMC, and then they did the migration because Windows, Microsoft says you can't be using XBMC anymore. That's our name.
Yeah.
No, thank you. You're not going to be using our name anymore. So Cody had to become Cody.
Actually, I didn't mind Jarvis and Helix. They were quite good.
Yeah, I liked 16. I liked, and the only reason I really thought 17 was good is because it added the HTTPS, and we needed that that HTTPS to get to, because a lot of sites had went to the HTTPS format,
Yeah.
and so you had to have it. If you were on an earlier version, you couldn't get a secure site.
I remember when Isengard first came out and everybody hated it.
Yeah,
It's just,
they always
it's
hate
just,
new.
Yeah. I did like Jarvis a lot. I thought Jarvis was one of the better ones. And Helix, probably those two. But I think I started off just as Gotham came out. That's when I got into it.
Yeah. Well, I just think about I was using it with my Xbox, and I remember the skins back then were so I would try to find the least resource needed or resource heavy skins, because it was not you only had 32 gigs of RAM, or no, excuse me, 32 megs of RAM. So RAM was precious in those devices. So you didn't want a skin that was real heavy. What was it? Project. What was that skin? There was Project something skin.
Project.
Hold on. Because I actually made a little.
You used to go through all the different skins, didn't you, just to find a good one?
Just to find
what was
something
that?
Different.
What was that skin that me and you made? What was the skin you and me used when we did that dual build? Remember, it was like you could log into my build and then you could log into yours.
Well, I was still using, because I was using the
Oh,
default.
we were using two different skins, weren't we?
Yeah. So I was using a variance of Aeon Nox, and then you were using like
oh God, I can't even remember what it's called
what
now.
in Confluence? I'm looking through some of these. It was that one with the stage. Had that stage on it. Was it Rapier? Because I see Rapier.
No, that's the one I used when I did the all-in-one build. I used this one was the one where you could change between the black theme and the white theme. Remember when I brought
Black and white?
Mine
Yeah.
was Oh God, I can't remember the name of it.
See, I'm looking through what they allow right now, so that wouldn't be because
It was an official skin.
Nebula.
That's the one.
Nebula has the black and white. I'm looking at that.
Yeah,
Do you remember?
that was the one.
Transparency. I did a later build, like in 17, on transparency.
Hey babe, I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm gonna eat dinner and nobody wants to see that.
And all right, the only reason I kind of messed around with it as a nostalgia, because I remember using that with my old Xbox. But the only problem is now we're so used to sub menus and all that kind of stuff. And transparency does not play very well with sub menus. It doesn't do so good.
So was it the 360 it worked, or did it work on the old old Xbox?
Old one.
The original.
Yeah, if you're a gamer, if you guys are into retro gaming, if you can find the old Xboxes, and I'm talking not the 360, I'm talking about the original, the one with the big green X on it, Xbox icon. Get one of those. You can soft mod it with trying to remember the games. There was like 2 different games that you could soft mod that with. Hold on a sec.
think I remember buying one once off eBay, and I think I had it for about a week and then got rid of it. Never really been an Xbox person.
The easiest way to soft mod an old Xbox, because there was like 2 or 3 different games. Splinter Cell. So you could do it with Splinter Cell, and there was 1 or 2.
I love Splinter Cell. That was one of my favorite games.
I think Mech Warrior. And what you did is that you would download a save. You'd put it on the memory card, a certain save, and you'd put it in the Xbox, and then you would launch the game. And when it got to a certain point, you would pause and save, and it would launch Linux. And when it launched Linux, it would basically write to the root of the hard drive of the OS. So it would actually write Linux before it would actually boot Xbox's shit. So you were actually at the base of it. Then that's how you could play burned games. You got to the base of it. But it was Splinter Cell, and I want to say Mech Warrior was the other one. There might have been a third one. But and you could soft mod it, and it didn't take no hardware. You just put the memory card in your computer, put the special save on it, stick it in your Xbox, and you modified it. If you're into retro gaming and you want to do like old consoles, not PSP, not PlayStation, but those earlier versions, easy to do. You can install that stuff, put it on a hard drive. You actually can even swap out that hard drive. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about swapping that hard drive out, how to copy over your EEPROM. The tools are all in the soft mod tools. It's super easy to do. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 for difficulty, I give it a 3. So it's not. I'm trying to remember the name. There was a soft mod. There was a soft mod pack that we used to use. Rocky 5. That's what it was. Rocky 5 right now. I'm looking at a video made in July, tutorial on how to soft mod an original Xbox Rocky 5. And you go through and use those tools. You can buy those Xboxes. Sometimes people are selling them for like $10. Sometimes if you go someplace like 10, $15. So if you want to buy a cheap device, make it a little project, you can make that your retro gaming device and be playing Atari and Xbox and Super Nintendo and Genesis, playing arcade games on an old original Xbox. And it looks so cool sitting there. Easy to do. So folks might want to check that out.
I think the Master System was the first computer I had.
Master
console.
System.
Sega Master
No,
System.
Sega Master System. Yeah,
Sega
that was
Master System.
That was before the Genesis.
I see that's the one that came with Alec the Kid built in.
Yeah.
Paper. I remember Paperboy as well. It was a good game.
Oh, Paperboy. All right.
Make games like that anymore.
I'm gonna send King Web. I'm gonna send you the link. I see you messaged me on Telegram. Boom. Okay. And so I sent that. And Streaming Wizard, I see you sent me a link or a missed call. I'll send you the link to it. You can join the show before we'll probably give us about 15 more minutes before we roll out, because I want to keep it under 2 hours. Well, somewhat-ish. Let's see. Okay, soft mod video about coming up soon from Deb. I actually have. I've got 3 Xboxes in my spare room, and they're already modded. They're already modded, so I wouldn't have to go back and have to remod them. I'll just tell you, for soft modding, there's plenty of guys that got videos out there for it. Watch their videos. It is so simple. I wouldn't want to go back to do it. I have my Raspberry Pi if I want to play old games. But if you're someone that doesn't want to invest in a Raspberry Pi and you can invest on a cheap Xbox off of eBay or off of off of if you go to GameStop, maybe some of those places you can get them super cheap.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap on
King.
eBay now.